More information coming out about the Tesla Model S biggest competitor up to date, which is this one, the Porsche Taycan, that's coming out in the next few months. And the information is coming from their CEO. He gave an interview to a German publication and revealed some interesting things. He was asked about the Dieselgate, which he was actually kind of tried to avoid, despite the commercial that just came out last night, which I did the whole video about, that I really, really, really loved. But let me tell you about some of the details and how they're going to stack up against the Tesla Model S. All of this is coming up next. Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so Porsche Taycan. Pictures here. I don't know why people actually keep taking spy shots of Porsche Taycan when they see him out there testing, because these pictures are taken off of their official media site. So, there's quite a few of them out there. It obviously doesn't look as amazing as we thought it would, because originally the Mission E, that's how this project was called originally, looks amazing. Like, people thought this was one of the best cars. Like, they would buy this car over Model S regardless of what's inside, right? And I have to agree. I've seen this one in person at the Monterey Car Week, and it just looks so smooth and clean and still Porsche. But this is what we're going to get, which is still not bad. I think it looks kind of like a Panamera, and that's a good-looking car. But like, I'm so used to talking about these cars like, oh, sometime in the future, but it's actually in the next few months. They're planning on starting production, and then the big unveiling, the final unveiling is going to be in September or even maybe October. But the reason a lot of people are talking about it is because it's going to be a big competitor to the Tesla Model S. Now, the starting price at first when they announced it, well, they didn't really announce. Everything's kind of leaked, right? But around $85,000 American dollars, that's what it's going to start at. And at that time, Tesla Model S were starting at like around 70 something, and then it went up and up and up, and now it's much closer to the base price of the Porsche Taycan. So that's where I thought Tesla kind of I feel like they've narrowed their market a little bit too much, especially for the base price. But what are you gonna do? So now there's some production numbers that we kind of thought about. Everybody was thinking, well, 20,000, maybe 40,000. He did clear it up, and now he was, just like I said, he was asked about the Dieselgate. He was basically said, well, without the Dieselgate, would this car come to reality at all, or would it have been a while until you guys would have produced it? And he kind of avoided the question. He kind of said, well, I just want to talk about the future. But, there was an ad last night during NBA Finals, and there's a video that I made specifically about this ad. I absolutely loved it. This is the first time when Volkswagen Group, the parent company of Porsche, has head-on addressed the Dieselgate in their ad. I absolutely loved it. Watch it. I have another video on my channel about it, so check that out. And, of course, they have this printed ad as well, sort of in the same series of ads, just kind of saying how they're moving forward. And Porsche Taycan is definitely going to be probably one of the best, if not the best, electric car in the Volkswagen Group family. Of course, Audi e-tron is out already right now. All right, so let's talk about what he said and a couple of things that he revealed. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the all-electric SUV called M-Byte, starting in at only $45,000 here in the United States at the end of next year, and also in Europe as well. Join myself and over 50,000 people who have already reserved this car because it's $0 to reserve one. Just, I think, the only brand who offers that, and takes about 60 seconds. So browse to the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. Okay, so here's a quote that one of the quotes from him, because this is pretty important. He said that Taycan has to drive like the 911, which is pretty bold statement. They are not shooting for the Panamera. They're shooting for 911, and that's saying a lot. Now, we already know that this car is going to have a pretty high performance number, especially for the electric car, and this is where they have probably going to have an edge over Model S. They can, the batteries can consistently put out power at high speeds for the long period of time, where Teslas have known kind of crap out after a while, which is normal, I guess, for right now for the technology. But this is the car that will probably perform better than the Model S. The other thing, which I think is actually the most important thing about Taycan, is that it will be able to charge at the rates of up to 350 kilowatts. Now, of course, top rate it means nothing. It's all about how many miles you can get your car charged per every minute of charging, right? So, but that's still, we'll get to those tests maybe in another few months once they're out on the road. But it's definitely should outperform a Tesla Model S unless they really, really screw up. As you know, I haven't been a big fan of supercharging or fast charging, even right now, because it takes anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes, and it's much, much more tedious and just way too long to refuel a car compared to the gas cars. That's why I bought a Chevy Volt for a long distance driving. But this could really make a big difference. I mean, you can really top your battery off from maybe 30 to 40% to all the way to 80 in just 10 minutes. The infrastructure is pretty much there. Electrify America has been building them out like crazy. They just announced that they're now launching it at all and like 160 Walmart locations. Ionity is also building out. Just crossed their 100th location celebration in Europe. So there will be charging stations that will be able to support 350 kilowatt charge. So that is great news, and I think this is where they can really have an edge over Tesla. And don't forget, the Model 3 can charge at 250 kilowatts once the version 3 superchargers are going to be rolled out in the next year or so. And then, of course, there are still rumors, there are more rumors about the Model S. Being refreshed once again in September and October, and also having the same capability of 250 kilowatts. Now, it's 100 kilowatt, less than 350 kilowatts for the Porsche, but I think it's going to be all about what is going to be the average sustained charging rate. This is all about that, really, and what the top rate, it almost doesn't really matter. Let me know what you think. Now, they said they have over 20,000 reservations, and by the way, it takes one of the most expensive reservations out there, 2,500 euros. That's almost $3,000 to reserve one. And nevertheless, they have over 20,000 reservations. He also said that they will be making them at the rate of over 20,000 a year, which is doable, very doable. But this year they'll make somewhere under 10,000. Now, I'm not really sure how they can have a 20,000 production rate next year when they really ramped up, and make even more than 3,000 this year when they're just starting production and they're launching it in September or October. So I'm going to guess they're going to make, up to 3,000, which is still under 10,000 if you think about it. But my prediction would be about 3,000 this year, and then probably close to 20,000 next year. But of course, I hope that the demand is high enough where they can actually get it to 40,000, because that's like a legit number, right? All right, let me know what you guys think. Like, if you had a choice between Model S and and a Taycan, which one would you pick if it would be pretty much the same price? Interested to know that, but also interested in getting you on our VIP list with our bonus stories every week and our deal of the month, where we send you a discount code on one of the cool electric car gadgets. This time it's a lighted T for the Model S. So don't forget to subscribe at e4electric.com/VIP. All right, guys. Other than that, looking forward to your comments. And of course, I'll see you next time. And of course, remember to stay charged.